So we are here at Revolution Recording in downtown Toronto, preparing to record the violin section for 10,000 Miles. I am very nervous. I've never been in a recording studio of this magnitude with this many musicians before. So, you know, it could all go very wrong, but I'm really hopeful that the people I have around me who are very experienced and far better at their jobs, I think, than I am, they'll be able to carry this ship to clear waters today. The movie is based on a true story of a man who did the Silk Road Marathon. This movie, at the center of it, is a lot of heart and a very sort of innocent, emotional story. And I think that's where, when you have to sort of, you know, search through the rubble to find the key of a movie, the music needs to reflect that. And so we finally, I think, came upon the fact that it is, you know, there's a lot of really cool action and there's other stuff that surrounds this movie, but at its core, it is a very sort of innocent, tragic story, a love story, in fact, surrounding everything. And so we sort of, once we honed in on those concepts and really honed in on the characters and who these characters were, who these people were, some of whom are actually based in reality, it was easy to sort of unlock the rest of the film, because once you have that, the key, you can sort of open many doors with it.
I'm fortunate in another way too, because the music doesn't have to do too much because the movie is already so good, right? Like I'm so lucky to be working with Simon and Peter, as I've done for so many years, and now Jay as well. Like, you know, every time they ask me to do another picture with them, it's an honor, because I just love working with these guys so much, and they're so good at what they do that they make my job a lot easier. That's the composer's job, is to sort of support and complement and to almost guide the audience member through the story. It's serving the film, like you're not writing music for a symphony to, you know, watch people play. You're writing music for people to feel, in a way, and experience while they're on a journey that is more than just the music.
I'm an idiot, and sometimes I do, you know, stupid things. But thankfully, my stupidity was pretty well reined in yesterday by all the good people around me who actually knew what they were doing. So that was super helpful. I actually have no idea when we're coming in. So. Right there. No, I was like,
don't make me giggle, Josh.
Serious.
You're
Sorry.
like, I don't know when you come in.
It's like, yeah, I was like, try this. And he was like, okay. I'm like, just completely made the last cue, you know, far better.
I don't really know this music, I just wrote it, so.
Oh my god. So you've got the live violins for the background, you've got the live cello.
Yeah, I haven't even put the violins in. Can we print that one? That is the, can we just release an album with that on it right now?
I was like, this is so
Best buddy from back home, Halifax, just happened to fly up a couple weeks early before his scheduled vacation to help out, and yesterday, and he ended up conducting a couple of the cues too, which was incredible. And so just, yeah, having those kind of people around was just incredible and made all the difference.
really the only one that's like totally out of the blue in terms of like the phrasing and like the feeling with the rest of the piece is this awesome lick that I love. I kind of like you'll have to like give me like the here is your downbeat.
Good call, Doug, about that last note. You're correct.
I got really lucky with the people I was able to work with on this film. I mean, for example, our vocalist, Michelle Bowie, who's a great friend of mine here in Toronto, and she just added this sort of, spiritual sense to the score and really humanized the whole thing, and we had just so much fun in studio too. Probably too much fun. And then there's, the team in Taiwan and LA too, Simon and Peter and Jay and everyone who's sort of involved in the creative side of this film. We were all sort of working with, a similar vision in mind and sort of a singular purpose to sort of, really take the time and make this the best film it can be. And, all credit to them for sort of not cutting corners and really, doing the hard work and doing the less glamorous stuff that goes into making movies. They really knocked it out of the park, and I was just so honored to be a part of that. 10,000 Miles is one of the most grounded, epic films I've ever come across. It's very... it has this huge scope and these huge, like, the landscapes and the characters and the situations. Everything is so huge and so, the situation, the stakes are so high. But then it's so relatable in the same way because all these characters, their flaws and their trials and their tribulations are inherently relatable to, what we all, experience. It's probably human experience, I think. And that's why it's going to be a successful, story. Because this man is extraordinary.
Cannot believe that this is what I get to do for a living. It's a good 2 minutes of good score in this film. Everything else, we'll see. Great. One more for good luck. One more for good luck.
Unless there's a bunch of like tiny wizards in my computer that I can't see, and they are singing and they just like, like get handed the sheet music and they sing for me. Like, I don't know how it happens, but all I know is I type words into my computer and a choir comes out singing them. And I really wish that somehow we could have done that on 10,000 Miles. But to the credit of this movie, there is no room for a bunch of wizards singing whatever I want them to sing. So thankfully this film is too good and too subtle for that kind of stuff. I don't have to insert, the wizard choir into this movie. But, I actually have, unbeknownst to the producers, done something that I think will be, just a fun thing. I've completely scrapped my entire score for the film, all the music, and I've replaced it with this, choir of sorcerers singing the ingredients to many popular breakfast cereals. And so, if you listen closely to the score now, it's just the choir singing, how many calories are in, rice cereal. So I think it's greatly added to the, reality of the score because it's real. Like it's actually the amount of calories you would find in this cereal. So yeah, I mean, the producers don't know. They may be angry at me. I don't know, but all I do know is that it is now an educational film as well, so we can sell it to educational, distributors. And it's basically a documentary now, because it's already based in this amazing true story, and now we have, the sugar and calcium count that you find in your favorite chocolate cereal, sung by a beautiful choir of tiny wizards.